Makeup and beauty are highly prevalent in society today and they have become a big part of everyday life. You see the evidence of this everywhere in daily life, such as in magazines, on TV, on fashion catwalks, and by celebrities. This in turn has created pressure on young girls, and some young boys too, to find interest in makeup, in turn widening the audience that is exposed to the beauty industry. In terms of photography, the beauty industry have used the technological advances in photography today to create the perfect picture. When in advertising or promoting a new makeup product, as there are now programs like Photoshop that have features allowing photographers to change and manipulate images into what the clients wants. This again adds to the pressure in the society of people now wanting to be aesthetically perfect. Makeup and beauty is also present in other places, such as on stage and in theater. This exposes a whole new side of makeup, like special effects and horror makeup, that is also evident in films too. This kind of makeup portrays the more fun and versatile side of makeup and the different outcomes you can create. This may not necessarily be pretty either. Instead, they may hold an uglier edge or be something unique and weird. Some of the biggest makeup brands now use this kind of edge to attract an audience. By creating a practical look that is not designed for everyday use captures the eye more, and this is where the aid of photography can come in too. Lighting and set is important or this kind of looks as it can help to create an atmosphere and change the overall feel of an image. Portrait photography is the most likely form of photography in terms of cropping and positioning for makeup and beauty. This is so the makeup can be clearly seen as well as the facial features and expression. This can completely change a look, and the angles of the face too. In today's society, this is something that is being seen more of, especially in the professional industry, as it's considered fashionable and is the it thing to see the angles and hollows on the face. Other forms of photography are being seen more of now too though as makeup has closely merged with the fashion industry and therefore entire looks with costumes are being photographed a lot too, especially for big fashion magazines. And that therefore the whole body is captured too. Entire sets are also being used to enhance the look and add more emotion to an image. Makeup is a very versatile industry as it can be applied and photographed anywhere. Some of the most interesting images are not simply done in a made up set or in a studio, but on location, in example, in the water, in a city, on a beach, and all this helps to create the overall vibe the image gives off. Though makeup is evident to have been around and used for thousands of centuries within humanity and has been embraced by many different cultures and interpreted and used in their own way, photography has not. Thomas Wedgwood was the first person to invent the camera in 1790, and since then there have been many technological advances to the photography quality we have today and with the cameras we have today too. For example, digital photography did not come around till the mid-late 90s, and with it being such an expensive art, there weren't many people before the 21st century could afford to have a camera or be exposed to photography. Over time, there were many photographers and inventors that then contributed to the development of the photography's technology. Makeup and beauty photography itself has adopted over time with the idea and use of makeup becoming more prevalent in society along with the more recent highly fashion, editorial, and artistic side to makeup that we see today. As mentioned, though makeup has been around for such a long time, it really started to become an everyday fashionable item in the 1920s with the arrival of the flappers. Show business was at all-time high and everyone wanted to look like their favorite stars and celebrities who were photographed for all kinds of prestigious publication and advertisements. Over time, makeup became an iconic part of society and it has gradually become more and more acceptable. Every decade sees a different iconic look, whether it's the long lashes, smoky dull eyes of the 1960s, teamed with the pale lips, or the bright and vibrant hues that were worn throughout the 1980s. There is a multitude of different looks that have famously been photographed. Makeup in photography is also now being interpreted in different ways, and gone are the days of regular, wearable looks that we are only see in publications and photographed for art. The 21st century will come a whole new kind of makeup and beauty photography, where models were no longer perfect and looks could be as wild and as crazy as the heart desired. The way in which beauty is now perceived in society is different and therefore photography adopted with it, embracing the alien, unique, and artistic looks that were now being seen and created by people everywhere. As the makeup world has such strenuous links with the fashion world and therefore with the fashion photography. Entire theoretical sets were being to emerge more for the sake of an photo and the idea of beauty, and makeup photography strictly being portraiture work or a product for advertising was gone. Two photographers that are currently working in the area of makeup and beauty photography are Becky Van Omen and Akos. Becky Van Omen is a photographer from the Philippines who started her career in the industry at the age of 19 under top commercial photographer Francis Abraham. She is now based in London. Her work has strong cultural influence from both Holland and Nepal, and her style includes a unique blend of highly technical digital effects and traditional art, resulting in surreal conceptual imagery. She has worked for a number of prestigious clients since graduating from Ateneo de Manila University, such as McDonald's, Nokia, Lynx, and Pepsi, to name a few, and has extensive body of work spanning the commercial industry. Nevertheless, though, it was her work in the fashion and beauty industry that caught my attention the most, with Becky having photographed for numerous magazines and various fashion beauty labels. This photo by her really caught my attention due to its contemporary execution and modern look. The photo is very clean and sterile, with only one color, white, being present in the photo. The makeup in the photo reflects that seen in high fashion or conceptual photography, making it a visually interesting piece as it is not everyday wearable look. Everything in the photo has been done in correspondence with the white color that is dominated in the photo. Becky has used shape to distinguish differences rather in the photo subtly without adding anything overpowering or distracting. For example, the balls around the model as well as the strong shapes on the clothing she is wearing. The model in the photo has her eyes closed, and this has created a serene and calm effect that matches the emotions that the white connotes. The eyes are the focal points even though they are closed. They have been accented using eyeliner in a delicate fashion, and this turns an added dark contrast around them. This kind of beauty photography is becoming more prevalent in the beauty or photography world, and we are seeing more looks that weren't wearable in a bid to create digital art. This second photo from Becky is another in which she has demonstrated her clean and contemporary approach to photography. In terms of the makeup in this photo, a star-like look has been created on the model that complements yet doesn't overpower the other elements of the photo, technology being the topic here. There are limited colors used in the photo, and those that have been used contrast nicely against each other, black and white, greens and pinks, and etc. The model again has her eyes closed, and this has created a strong emotional environment in the photo it wouldn't have otherwise had. I also think this is another nice contrast against the theme being photographed. Looking at the Becky's work, it is evident there is running style that sees a clean execution for her work in a contemporary fashion. There are digital graphic effects in the work, and has given it a modern edge that is being embraced by photographers today. I like the way there are subtle contrasts in her work, and I like the simple approach she takes as it always. She works it in an effective way. Akos is another interesting modern photographer who specializes in beauty and fashion photography. Based in New York, he has become renowned for the timeless look he gives women when photographing them, giving his work an ever-ending expiration date. Over the year, he has built up a prestigious client base in the beauty industry, including L. Oriel, Hanson, Vogue, Elle, and Vela, to name but a few, as well as working with a multitude of famous models and celebrities. This photo from his portfolio for Vogue Beauty is an accurate reflection of a modern beauty photography. His work has a fun and feminine vibe about it, where he embraces youth to create contemporary piece of art that appeals to the fashionable audience. There is definitive style about his work that makes it both high fashion and commercial. In this particular photo, I like how the lighting and contrasting textures have made a visually interesting shoot. I like the way he has directed his model and got expression out of her that looks both strong and powerful, as well as having a young and sexy sense about it too. It is balanced perfectly in the shoot. He works well with his model as they connect well with camera. This is important in photography like this as it draws the audience in more. This second photo has embraced a more contemporary and edgy or weird look. The model has an alien look about her, and this has been accentuated with the shrinking makeup look. Ako's work uses lots of different camera angles to complement the look he is shooting. For example, here, there is a slight angle pointing down toward the model, and the cropping is tight, helping to create that weird look as angles like this distort the features more. And in the first photo, a downward angle has been used again to soften the look of the model as she is so strong in the shoot. Akos has a strong, recognizable style about his work that is mature yet still so youthful. I think the in which she photographs does make his work timeless as he embraces new forms of makeup and art to photograph. Makeup and beauty photography have definitely taken a turn in recent years, with photographers looking for more edgy things to shoot. The idea of beauty is not so much perfection anymore, but pretty, ugly is considered more chic and fashionable. His body of work reflects both attitudes towards the industry, making him deserve and interesting. Looking at my own work, I feel I have worked well with my chosen theme of makeup or beauty photography and been able to explore lots of different aspects of it whilst developing my own style. I have developed a portfolio that can be interrupted in different ways, depending upon the viewer, and executive them in a way that displays my maturing style and has helped to give my portfolio an edge to it that is my own. I think I have created a nice balance in my work between the classic idea of makeup and beauty photography and incorporating a more modern edge, embracing weird, ugly, and alien beauty ideas.